This video is brought to you by the University Writing Center, a unit of the Department of Rhetoric and Writing at the University of Texas at Austin. You can contact us at uwc.utexas.edu.
Hey Terry, you ready to have a discussion on topic sentences for the University Writing Center?
Yeah, I'm game.
Sounds good. So just so we have a baseline, we'll use the rhetoric textbook, Becoming Rhetorical by Jodie Nicotra as our initial framing on topic sentences. And this comes from chapter 13, Creating Written Compositions. And the section is called Anatomy of Academic Essays. So in Becoming Rhetorical, Nicotra talks about paragraphing with the acronym PI, which stands for point, illustration, and explanation. So in that configuration, topic sentences tell the point or the main focus of a paragraph, and they usually go at the start of each paragraph. And topic sentences are signposts that help guide the reader through the moves of your argument. So Terry, I was just wondering, how do you make sense of topic sentences?
Yeah, I really like that description of the topic sentence as a signpost that guides the reader. I think that a topic sentence can be a way to add focus to your writing, and also it can be a way to signal to the reader that you have them in mind, that you've done the work to transition your writing from kind of something that an exercise you're doing for yourself, so you can figure out what you think about something, to something that's written with an audience in mind, that is focused, that will help them see where it's all driving at.
You mentioned it in Nicotra talks about signposting. It's for the reader to know, all right, here's where we are. This is what the main point is about to be. Like you were saying, it's sort of when you have good topic sentences, you do some of the work for the reader, or you, at the very least, you don't have them work as hard to figure out what you're actually talking about, what the main point is. What makes a topic sentence effective?
Well, I think that part of it goes back to that acronym PI. You want to make sure that there's alignment between the point that you're making and then the illustration and explanation that goes along with that. So in other words, does the rest of the paragraph kind of work to demonstrate the validity of the topic sentence? Is it on topic with that topic sentence? Another one is that there's alignment between the topic sentence of each paragraph and then the thesis statement for the whole essay, right? So are you kind of approaching each paragraph like it's one little part of the overall argument? So are your claims all working together to form a cohesive argument?
That makes sense. I like the idea of, if you only to look at the topic sentences of your article, you should have a pretty good skeleton of what the argument actually is, right? They should be that clear and overt. Going off of that, what do you find difficult about writing topic sentences?
I guess budgeting the time in to check your topic sentences on the back end during the revision process. Because, I mean, for me as a writer, I'll have a kind of provisionary set of topic sentences that go with my provisionary thesis statement. And that helps me to kind of get started in the writing process. I kind of have an idea about what I'm going to focus this essay on. But in the course of writing, I find sometimes that those ideas change. And if I don't budget in enough time to check for that in the revision process, because, you know, we all know that panic is a really powerful motivator. If I procrastinated it and I don't budget in that time, then I might end up with a less coherent essay than I set out to write.
I'm thinking about all the time I've gotten feedback from professors on an essay asking me, what's the point of this paragraph? And I'll read that sometimes and you go, I have no idea what the point is. And like, if you're at that point, you need to keep working. Like you're saying, you need to keep revising, keep drafting to figure out what the actual point of that paragraph is. And if it's not necessary, you probably don't need the paragraph. But that all comes back to giving yourself as much time as necessary, which is usually more time than you might like to think. Going off of that, what's your advice for approaching topic sentences? How do you kind of come at them?
Yeah, I do draft provisional topic sentences, but topic sentences, I think, are something that are best dealt with in some sort of permanent way in the revision process. So what I tend to do is I make a kind of skeleton draft of what my thesis and topic sentences are going to be, what I think my main claims are going to be, And then I draft the whole piece. Then I go back through and I use something called a reverse outline. So I can figure out for myself what I was really driving at in each paragraph. So a reverse outline asks you to look at each paragraph and really summarize its content, and then check that summary against the topic sentence. If there's a match there, then you're good to go. But most likely you're going to need to refine a few things in the topic sentences. So it really reflects what you ended up arguing.
For me, it's really going back and saying, I know that this paragraph seemed interesting when I was drafting it or free writing it or whatever it was, but then actually asking yourself, what is the actual point of this? And if you don't know that, the question is, well, do you actually need it? Or you need to do that work to figure out what you actually want to say? Well, I think that's it. Thanks for talking with me about this.
My pleasure.
And remember, you can find information about the University Writing Center at uwc.utexas.edu.